Hello students, welcome to Pathak Computer Academy online classes. In the previous video, we learned about list and links in details. Today we will see HTML tables. How we can create a table in our web page. Okay, so the contents are the introduction, basic table tags, and after that some attributes which are very important in view of table. Okay, so HTML tables allow web developers to arrange data into rows and columns. Clear? I hope you also create a table sometimes in MS Word. So the same idea can be applied in HTML also. And these tables are used to create databases, some form layout, or when you need to represent your data in the form of table, student performance, or anything that should be have some sections, subsections, then the HTML table is more suitable. Clear? When HTML is arrived, the web page is divided into various sections like header section, navigation bar, body content, and footer section. And these sections are created or designed by with the help of HTML tables. But nowadays, there are various other features like div tag through which you can your web page divided into various sections. Okay. Now, how could you create a HTML table? So first of all, the first tag you have to be remembered that a table tag is to be used whenever a table is to be inserted or created in your web page. Okay, so there have been a opening table, opening tag, and closing tag. Now, whenever you have to add a record, for example, you have to show the record of each student in your class. So one student record are represented as a row. Clear? Your student roll number, student name, address, marks, and so on. So one record is represented with the help of row, and row is created with tr tag, table row. Okay. Now, you always seen that a table have a heading. What it means? It means first row contains a column name. Okay, like student phone number, student name, student class, and so on. These are not the data. Okay, but it is the first row of your table that represent the heading. So to achieve this, you have to enter TH tag. Okay, and by default, these headings are bold and centered. After that, to store the data, okay, you have to define a new tag known as TD, table data. Clear? So there is basically three basic tags. First one is table tag, second one is TR tag, which represents table row, and TD, which represents table data. With the help of these three tags, you can create a simple table. Other than this, you require TH tag for the heading, for the column name, and sometimes you need a caption. What are the purpose of caption tag? A caption tag will serve as a title or explanation for the table for which the content is shown in a table. Clear? So these are the basic tags. Here, a simple example I have presented here. Again, table tag opening and closing. Within these, you have to write TD and TR. TR represents a row. So there are two rows I am creating. First TR opening, closing, second TR opening and closing. Clear? Okay. Now, first row I am going to try to represent as a heading. So what is to be done? I have to include TH tag. And here I have given the column name. So first column name is name, second one is contact. Now, in the second row, I am going to store data. So we need TD tag. Here I have given the name, and after that in second cell, phone number is to be stored. And now my small table is ready to display on your web page. So this whole content should be kept into the body tag of HTML file. Clear? I will give you the practical example after my all slides are completed. Now, I am going to discuss some attributes that are very much important regarding table. By default, whenever you create a table here in the previous section, a table will represent without any border. So it looks like a simple data. Table should be represented as a border. There should be a specification between row and column. Where is the column? Where is the row? Okay. So for this, you have to include a border attribute. And the value, whatever you have given, 0, 1, 2, 3, based on that value, the width of the border is defined. If nothing is to be shown as a border, then you have to give 0. Otherwise, you have to give value other than 0, or you can say that greater than 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Okay. Next attribute are cell spacing and cell padding. Again, this is very much important. The cell spacing and cell padding are used to adjust the white spaces in table sys. So what are white spaces? White spaces I already discussed in previous lectures that in HTML, whatever you have designed or whatever you have written that are represented in your web page with the help of web browser. But web browser does not recognize the white spaces like tab, space, new line, etc. So these white spaces can be adjusted in table section also with the help of cell spacing and cell width. The cell spacing attribute defines space between table cells. Okay. What will be the space of each cell are defined with the help of cell spacing. And what is cell padding? Cell padding is the distance between the border and the content within the cell. Okay. Otherwise, if the cell padding is not given, then the content and the border are matching to each other. I will give you the practical approach, don't worry. Now, next attributes are call span and row span. Sometimes you shown some tables have a row that are merged or column that are merged into a single column or into a single row. So how could it can achieve? So it can be achieved with the help of call span and row span attribute. If we want to merge two or more columns, then you have to use call span. And whenever you have to merge two or more rows, then you have to give row span value. Here in the example, you can see that I have given in this table data TD, attribute is row span is equal to 2. So what is I am going to try? I'm going to try that first column, okay, of the first two rows is to be merged like this. Like this. For example, this is the table. Okay. Clear? Now I am going, here is 1 row, 2 row, 3 row, and 4 row. Clear? TR represent table. So 1, 2, 3, 4. First row is used for heading section. So like this. Okay. And there are 3 columns. 1, 2, 3. TH, TH, TH. Clear? Now, in second row, what is I'm going to try? Row span is equal to 2. So here you can see that in the next row, there is only 2 TD, while we have to give what? 3 TD. 3 TD. Okay, so what will happen? It will look like this. Here, first and second and third row and column 1 are merged together. Clear? And whenever I am going to try call span means I am going to merge column. Column means here, this is column, this is row. So what will happen? Again, I am going to try 2. So 2 columns should be merged. So look like this. First column and second column are merged into a single cell. I think now you have some idea about what is call span and row span. I will give you the example soon. Don't worry. Next one is a very simple one. Tables background. If you want to change the color of the background of your table, then you have to use BG color. And if you want to insert some image, then you have to give background attribute. These two are same as like when I teach you about the body attribute. The same attribute is here in table. Clear? And the third one is border color. You can also change the color of the border with the help of attribute border color. But nowadays in HTML5, these are deprecated. You can achieve these properties with the help of CSS. Okay. So here I have given border color is equal to red and BG color is equal to yellow. Okay. And the last one is table height and width. If you want to specify the height of the table and width of the table, then you have to give specifically the width attribute and the height. Whatever you have given, the whole table is, and the cell are prepared like the width and height. And these width and height can be, the value can be given in two forms. Either you can give the pixel value or in percentage value. Okay. Percentage value can be calculated based on the size of your screen or web page. So that's all for today. Now I'm going to try and going to show you with the help of example. Now, so here I have already written everything here. This one is the basic one, basic table that I already captured in PPT, and I already describe you. Two rows will be created. First one is the column name and second one is the data. Now, third one is a timetable, simple timetable. Here I have given an attribute border is equal to 1. Here you can see that there should be a no border when I run this file on web browser. But here second table will shown with the border and the size of the border is 1. So first one is again table heading. Next one is, next three are table rows, but here what I'm going to try, row span and column span. Clear? Row span, I already shown you what will happen. First two rows and first column are merged together, but here the third row and the first two columns are merged. So I am going to show you in web browser. I'm going to double click it. Web browser is responding. Now here you can see that there is no border is shown, but here you can see that a border is given, and it is have a by default size. Here you can see that row span. What I have done row span is equal to 2. So these two rows and column 1 are merged together, and after that the whole thing is clear to you. Now in the third row I have given column span is equal to 2. So in third row, first, second and third row, two columns are merged together, so that you can use your table accordingly. Now here you can see that border and the content between the cell are very closer to each other. So this can be changed with the help of what? Cell spacing and cell padding. So I'm going to change the attribute value here. Cell spacing is equal to 5. Cell padding is equal to, again I'm going to give 5. Okay. Now I'm going to save this file, and now again I'm going to refresh that page. Now here you can see that there is a difference. Okay, you can easily see. Clear? Now next one is what? Width and height. Width, I am going to give 400, and height, now I am going to give 200. Okay, Control S. Here you can see that this is the size by default size. Now I am going to define the width and height. Now what will happen? Here you can see the effect. Now my table looks big. Okay, clear? Now next one is caption. Can I apply the caption? Yes, you can. What is to be done? You have to give the value in caption tag. Class time table. I am going to close caption tag. Here there is no such heading of the table. Now what will happen? Here you can see that class time table is shown. Why? Because I have given in this table. Now I am going to cut, Control X. In this table, I am going to give the caption. So what will happen? Now here you can see that. Now it is very clear to you what is the purpose of caption tag. Okay. So I think Everything is very clear to you. Last but not the least, you can give in percentage. So here you can see the effect. This table is shown from here to here, the whole size of the web page, and you can change the width or height. Now I'm going to give 50. I'm not giving the whole 100%. Okay, and height is let's say 20%. Now let us check if anything is shown to you. Here you can see that the whatever the page is shown here, the 50% are taken by your table, and the height is decreased by 20%. So like this, you can give the value either with the help of pixel or with the help of percentage. Okay, so I think it is very clear to you. How could you insert a table with various specification? Okay, so in the next class, we will start HTML forms in detail. To have an idea, you already filled various online forms which are in the form of web pages. So you can also create your own forms that can be filled or that can be run on your web browser. So this will discuss in the next class. Thank you so much.